Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Music Village. And the last time we saw you was last year, right? Yeah, definitely last year, the last time we saw you guys. So we have a lot to unpack from last year. Yeah, and I don't know how much longer that joke's gonna be effective, so with all the silliness out of the way, folks, we really do got a lot to unpack. So I think we should just cut to the chase and tell you guys not only Happy New Year, but also it's time for us to go into another edition of the Music Village Update. And we are in the first month of the new year, of the new decade. And what is the best way, folks out there, to kick off this new year? Yeah, with a kick, and a punch, and a super kick, and a side bot, and a roundhouse, and an uppercut, and anything you could throw when you're trying to fight your opponent, because we are in the year of the fist. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, for the 6th year in a row, we are in the year of the fist, better known as the return of the Kung Fu. And right on cue, Maestro this year knows to ring that gong whenever I say the return of the Kung Fu. Oh, and as a matter of fact, to add on to more of it, let's get that movie guy in here. Hey, buddy, get in here. We got a movie title for you to read. Come on, go at it. Yeah, that line there, what I wrote last night. Read it. In a world where the new year kicks off like nobody's business, and people start fighting all around the world for no apparent reason, Jet Li, Bruce Lee, and Jean-Claude Van Damme in The Year of the Fist Part 6, Return of the Kung Fu. Rated R, coming soon to a theater near you. See, now that's what I call kicking off a new year in the right foot. That might end up in the side of your head if you're not careful during the year of the fist. I didn't say Revenge of the Kung Fu. I meant Return of the Kung Fu. You know what? Stop ringing the gong for now. Stop it. To get more on a serious note, folks, this new year brings a lot of cool things that we have coming down the tubes to you, not only in front of the scenes, but behind the scenes as well. Because as of the first day of this brand new year, we decided to thank you fans out there for getting us to 80,000 plays for SoundCloud. We would like to thank you by saying 2 words. We're streaming. And then another word after that, video games. So, for any of you out there, post-Music Village fans, who always wondered what do we do after the show's over, we will be streaming games for you, the fans out there, and just to unwind and come up with some new ideas, or even capture some cool moments in video game history that we've done for just prosperity reasons. And for those who join in with us, we'll definitely make sure that if you have any questions for the game, we'll give you some video game knowledge that we know about that said game. So yeah, it's going to be a very exciting journey, and our Music Village Twitch page that we're going to have up is going to be called The Instant Hero, all one word. Now, I know we should change that name, but we've used it for so many years, we're probably going to keep it, but in the near future, we may change it. Not too entirely sure yet on that plan, but that's part 1 of what the Year of the Fist is all about. Now, to the Music Village and every other show we have across the peninsula version of the Year of the Fist. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this month might as well be called the month of anniversaries, because we've got a lot of anniversaries coming down the hill. And to start things off, folks, next Saturday, we will be celebrating the 4-year anniversary of the Indie Radio Arcade. You know what? To give it a little bit more respect, and I know it's going to be a little bit loud in the afternoon, but the traffic and whatever, we'll give the show the proper respect it deserves. Because in another week from this Saturday, we will be celebrating a 4+ anniversary edition of B&D Radio Arcade. And to celebrate that episode properly, folks, we will be reviewing the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now, everything else that will be involved with it, we're not too entirely sure, so that's still up in the air. But besides that, folks, with that celebratorial episode out of the way, and 2 weeks from there, we will also be celebrating the 240th edition of Under the Radar when we go solid gold. Now, what sort of madness we have planned when we go 24 karat solid gold? No clue. But there will be a new edition of Planet of the Games that will be featured for that show, where we will talk about some independent games on that. And to continue down the road, all the way down to near the last week of this Year of the Fist, we will be celebrating the 6th-year anniversary of MusicVillage. And unlike all of the other anniversaries we celebrated for the show in the past, this one has the most significance because it will be on the same day that we started MusicVillage those lone 6 years ago. So trust and believe when I tell you, it's gonna be a big show that we got planned. And not to mention, it will be, 3 weeks away from the 300th episode of MusicVillage 2? And along the way, folks, for the Year of the Fist, for you video game story fans out there, each and every one of these video game stories will come complete with a fight. Every single one of them will involve somebody getting kicked in the face or punched in the face as hard as they can. So prepare for a battle like no other for those video game stories. And to wrap up this month, folks, not only we will be doing a review for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, one of the big four to kick off the year for WWE, but we will also be celebrating the 280th episode of the Tuesday Night Special. And not to mention 20 weeks away until we kick off the 3 a.m. in the morning edition of the Tuesday Night Special. So yeah, like we said before, there's a lot to unpack for this first month of 2020. And just in case, before we forget, folks, the middle of this month, we will be answering your questions at home for another edition of the MusicVillage Mailbag. Hopefully with a mouthpiece depending on how hard-hitting your questions may be. So for all of you fans out there who are in the nim of all the plans we got planned thus far for this Year of the Fist, I recommend you put on your mouthpiece. You get it in your mouth real good. You get on that head protective helmet that they wear certain fighters. Put that on right now too. Get on some boxing gloves, some kick pads, some knee pads, anything you need to protect yourself from all angles at all times, because a fight is about to begin to start off this year we call the Year of the Fist, Part 6, Return to the Kung Fu. Right on cue, maestro. Right on cue. And I guess with that said, folks, we might as well head back into this music, and when we return, we'll be back with more MusicVillage than you can shake and stick at right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.